Hey guys, Marty up north talking about an unusual topic today, talking about belts. You know, I never leave the house without a belt. It's just a habit of mine. A belt is a piece of clothing, but it's also, you know, a tool in a sense. Actually, my grandfather, when I was a kid, I remember watching my grandfather working around the house, and it dawned on me that he had dress pants that he would get cut and turned into shorts because he wanted shorts with belt loops so he could wear a belt. So my grandfather always wore a belt. Belts, you know, the standard, and this video is about a really fantastic belt that I just been using for a couple of weeks. That's an absolute game changer. So, you know, here's a classic dress belt. This one's still relatively straight. This one, you know, clever design. Well, I thought this one was, yeah, this one's a clever design, rotates, so now you have a black belt or a brown belt. And you know, this one was to the right size, so the holes are okay and they're not stretched out. Then I got something like you know, another belt here, and you can see it's all warped. And this is a dress belt that I wear when I go to work. This is the kind of belt that I wear when I'm wearing jeans and I want to have something on my hip. And you can see all the holes there over the years. I go from a 32 to a 33 depending on the season, and the clothing that I'm wearing and things like that. So the holes get abused, and the holes in the belt are a weak point because the belt can bend right there or get damaged. Then you have, you know, here's an example. This belt is just sentimental. My cousin made this belt for me, but look at how warped it is. This is leather. It's completely warped, but it's still, you know, leather's a very good belt material. And then if you don't want to fuss with holes, you can get a belt like this made out of canvas basically. And this belt is more easily adjustable, but it's still the problem with a belt like this. You can see if I lengthen it, there's like a permanent kink there, and it always seems to want to go there. But otherwise, I mean, I like this belt. I like the buckle, and I like the fact that it's infinitely adjustable. Just want to give an example. Here's a tool pouch. So a tool pouch still has a belt, so an example of a belt as a tool. Here's a modern tool pouch. Again, you can see that you often encounter the same problem. Holes become a problem. They get worn out, they get damaged, they provide a weak point. And then an alternative to having holes in your belt is a belt on a buckle like this that's adjustable. So this belt is infinitely adjustable. Now for sports such as shooting, in the good old days when I got into the sport, this is what's called a utility belt. You know, so the kind of, and this is a Mr. Mike's 2-inch utility belt. This is the kind of belt that you see police officers wearing. Brutally uncomfortable. I mean, this binds in. You know, it's thick and wide to give it the strength, and then you can attach all sorts of attachments on there. But you know, I'm not going to wear this in public. Look at how ugly this is. Then this belt over time got replaced for shooting with a utility belt like this. Now a belt like this is a two-piece belt. There's a Velcro ring. So this is a complete Velcro surface, and then so you put this around, you attach this belt, and then once that's attached, then the outer belt velcros onto this one, and it, believe me, trust me, it's super solid. And so, and now this becomes it's still fairly thick. The reason it's so thick is because this is a competition belt. So, you know, I got a holster on there, I got AR-15 magazines, 9mm magazines, I even have a first aid kit. So this is about a $300 belt if you want to put things into comparison. This is a $60 belt. $60. And I'll never wear this ever again. This is 300 bucks. I wear it all the time, but it's super, you know, super specific. And now I want to show you the game changer. Right, so today I just took delivery of a brand new belt by a company called Core Essentials. And this is filmed out of sequence, but earlier in the video you saw me talking about various belts. I mean, I like belts, and there's belts for all sorts of occasions. There's dress belts for at home, there's work belts, specialized belts for trades and things like that. And in some of the activities that I do hunting, I do shooting, I do a lot of outdoor activities, and I'm a guy who likes to wear a belt. And I've been looking for belts often, and this is the first time in a long time that I've seen a belt that is radically different. And what this belt is essentially, it's like a zip tie. If you've never seen a zip tie, once you put it in, the zip tie has teeny weeny little ridges here, and in here there's basically a little plastic tab, so the zip only advances one way. It doesn't go backwards, but advances forward in small increments. So you can tighten it to whatever size you want. Now, in theory, a zip tie, if you manage to lift this little plastic tab with something like a knife, like I'm doing right now, you can open the zip tie and reuse it. Well, that's basically what Core's done. So here's the belt, and now they make fashionable leather belts and things like that, but they make also a line of hard, what I would call service belt, everyday carry belts. And so what the belt is, this belt is made out of a very stiff composite material, and it comes in, it has two ends. It has this end, which is the end that I don't want to cut. Of course, it's already cut. And this is the end that looks like a zip tie that has the ratcheting mechanism. And then the other end here is sized according is size. It's got size markings on there, so 38, 39, 40, 41. So I'm going to read the instructions, but basically you cut it to a length that you like, and don't make it too long, because right now if I stand up, it'd be too long, there's too much hanging. So I only want about this much hanging past me, which shows as a 43. I'm about well, 43, that's pretty big. So I'm going to pause the video for a second, and I'm just going to read up on this because it comes with a quick set of instructions. Actually, you know what? I'll do it all live. So it says, on the back of the leather belt, use a ruler to find your pant size, add 4 inches. Use sharp scissors, trim off excess leather. If your pant size is 34, cut the belt to 38. And then, of course, it comes with a buckle. So let me get a knife. Hang on one second. My pant size is 34, but I'm a little nervous. I'm going to cut it just a bit longer. I can always shorten it afterwards. So on here it's marked 39. So right at 39, I'm going to cut it. You know what? I'm going to cut it at 40. Just because I can. And actually you can see the core of this material. Don't worry, Eric, I didn't damage the sign. Now, pretty straightforward after that. I like it this way. This is how I like my buckle in this way, and I like the buckle on this side, and I want this little release tab on the bottom. So I can't do that. Okay, gotta lift this, gotta loosen these 2 set screws. I even provided the Allen key to do it. So then, like that, right. insert it. Oh, gotta really release those set screws. Actually, there's only one way this will go in now, I just realized. There. Now it fits snug against the, so the belt fits snug against the butt of the buckle here. I'm going to retighten these screws. Later on I'll probably put a dab of Loctite on here. And these will actually go into the plastic or into the composite material. And I'm going to close this. And you can see these teeth are going to close on there. That is not going anywhere. So there you have it. So now it closes like this. Once it engages the ratcheting mechanism, you can tighten it in small increments, and it's not coming apart. And then all you have to do to release it is push up on this or push on this tab here towards you. It acts just like functions just like a zip tie, and it comes out. Goes in, pull that towards you. Wow, simple. Alright, so let me provide a close-up again. So this is the finished end of the belt. You can see all these ratchet points, so there's a good, 5-6 inches of adjustment. And then when you get to the raw end, you can see the measurements. So 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So I cut it way too long because I'm a 34 and I should have added 4 inches, which brings it to 38. But for now, I just wanted to reassemble it one more time. So the buckle, pretty straightforward. It's got these sharp teeth here, so you open it, you loosen, actually let me loosen these properly. Loosen these 2 set screws. They even provide an Allen wrench. Put it in there until it's flush with the tighten this. And close that for added. That really bites into it. And there you go. So you can see they engaged, and then they're not coming out. And then when you lift up on this or push down, then it slides out. It's easy to do once it's on you. Alright, this is always a little tricky. I'm taping alone today. I don't have any helper with me, but here's my new belt by Core, and as you can see, it has no holes, and it's a utility belt. This is not a dress belt. This is solid, and as you can see, I have a holster on it. I'm at home in Canada. This is a properly registered handgun, and if you want to see, it's absolutely unloaded right now, so don't anybody bitch about that. I am allowed to have it on display in my house. I'm on my property. I'm not even walking in my yards that my neighbors can't see me. And then on this side I have a knife. So the way this works is there's a little button here, and when I pull the button towards me, it releases the belt. And the belt has sort of a ratcheting system. It works like a zip tie, and when you go to put it back in there, it's infinitely adjustable. So as I pull on it, it clicks in place, and if I pull a little more, I just move another 1/4 inch. Now that's a little too tight, but I can easily release and adjust. So if I'm feeling loose and fat or skinny, I can put it tight and I can loosen it later. So right now it's a little loose. I'm just gonna move it in a couple of inches. There, 1/2 inch. There you go. Solid, beautiful belt. And actually, the advantage of this belt, a belt like this, is that I can actually wear it as a dress belt. Just show you up close. So the belt through the hoops, close it, tighten, tight, tighter, tightest. And then all I have to do is flip this knob underneath towards me or away from me, and it slides away. So pretty straightforward. I'll remove it again. Pulling it apart. Not gonna come apart. What an elegant, elegant, elegant design. How pretty is that? Just for something different. I got it with, I went on and put on a pair of khakis. So I've been isolating so long. It's been a while since I wore a pair of khakis. Actually, don't need this little tab that they provided. Just there you go. Got my belt on. And when I want to release, push away. And then I can adjust to any size quickly, and it stays in place. Alright, that's enough of a striptease. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, it's not a piece of gear we talk about very often in the hiking community. I don't wear a belt while I'm hiking, but I certainly wear a belt when the reason I don't wear a belt hiking is because the pack itself has a belt, and you know, with all the bending motion. But I wear a belt while I'm out hunting every day. And this has been my go-to belt now for a couple of weeks. I absolutely love it. So cheers, folks. So if you like this, give me a like and hit that subscribe button and the notice button so you get notified.